Okay. How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? Music too loud. All good. All good. Okay. All right. Hopefully that is good. Okay. So we were on ETH. We were basically saying this is a. Oh, let me hit record. Okay, we're back recording. All right. So we said this is a critical area right here at this 2500 area that we have to hold 2500 for start, but then we got to flip 2750. Okay, we're not out of this resistance area just because we're above 2500. We're not out of the woods. Okay, so we need to get above this 2750 if we're going to see the next level up. All right. Again, if we reject here and we fail to get above 2750, we're going to go right back down to 25, and we have to hold 25 again and try it again. If we go back down to 25 and we fail and we start rejecting 25, that's when we find ourselves in that golden retrace zone between the C anchor point low and the current or whatever would be high. That golden retrace would be between the 382 and the 618. A lot of times you get a 50% retrace there, okay? Right smack in the middle of it, all right? This would align with our kind of reload area on Bitcoin, and we would just want to again just kind of layer into this zone, right? As we do, we just layer, okay? So look for this 2750 critical area, okay? If you hold above it, you're in good shape. Whoa. If you hold above it, you're in good shape. If you fail, you're going to get this kind of action, okay, guys? So keep an eye out for that. Ultimately, though, even if we fail here and we get this action, again, it's still a higher low. Still a higher low. We still have this next area in mind, and ultimately 4K, okay? So it's not over just because we have a little sell-off. It just, temporary resetting of the oscillators. Yeah, just a temporary resetting of the oscillators. Okay, so that's what we're looking for on ETH. Litecoin, let's bring it in. Okay, same thing. Critical area here. Critical congestion area, okay? What we wicked into previously as support became resistance is now kind of just being regarded as chop, and we're kind of above it here. So that's good to see that we're, temporarily somewhat above that area. It gives us a little bit of glimmer of hope here. You don't want to see yourself fall back into this zone, and you definitely don't want to see yourself fall below this previous area, okay? You see what we're looking at, where everyone kept closing here for the past, 16 hours. We don't want to lose that area. If so, we're going to find ourselves again back into this ideal area to layer into again. Golden retrace from the C low to the wick high between the 382 and the 618, okay? Oops. So yeah, we don't really want to find ourselves back down there at all. Again, if we did, it would still be a higher low, right? Still be a higher low somewhere in here. So not the end of the world, but definitely a possibility, okay? So what we need is, instead, we need to hold this area as support and stay above this, and then maybe we go up to this square up level here, right? This square up area. Tag that, regard previous resistance area now as support here, right? And hold above and maintain above, okay? So that's how we would find ourselves up into the actual completion zone, D, short entry target area of this larger cipher in blue, okay? But for now, we have some work to do. Again, Litecoin's holding up. This bullish engulfing candle that past 4 hours was nice, okay? It's Bitcoin that's going to spoil the party per usual, right? I mean, you're not going to go by yourself. If Bitcoin's going to sell off here, you know, it's taking Litecoin with it. But the good news for Bitcoin is you do have a possibility of one more small rally to hit that 786, okay? So, yeah. Okay. All right. So let's continue on here. AVAX, again, everything kind of looks extremely similar. You're at these congestion zones that you have to flip, right? You have to flip them. If you reject here and you get back below them, you're going to go back down one more time, and then maybe you'll muster the bids, okay? You're still going to find yourself here. Still pretty probable to find yourself here. Losing this low is when you start to worry at $12, right? If you lose $12, you know, go below it, regard it as resistance, start selling off some more, you know, that's bad, right? You don't want to see none of that. But this little inverse head and shoulders-esque stuff, neckline, break, hook, and go, measured move type thing here, that's perfectly fine. We're okay with all that, right? So, again, Bitcoin's up to Bitcoin. You'll know when you fail this area. You'll be like, yep, damn it, Bitcoin. Reload, 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 reload. Party number 2, okay? So, temporary setback along our journey. FTM. Painting decent little structure here. Okay, we did say, whoops. We did say there's a possibility that we come up here and sell off though, right? And paint this. Let me see, get that. Okay. No. Trying to get this higher low out of there. Okay, there we go. And it would almost be like a double bottom little higher low too, where, whoops, you're like already painting it once. You see this? You've already kind of painted it once. Already painting it once. Why not paint it twice, right? Before the ultimate run. So we'll see. Again, you're in this congestion area from the previous wick through all this chop. Previous wick, all the chop, you're above it. Don't want to fall back below it, right? Don't want to fall in and below. In and below is going to put you back around the entry area, okay? So instead, you need to hold and rally to this high side where the square up is at 42 cents, okay? If you can get the 42 cents, you hit the square up. By then, you're probably going to be pretty exhausted. Maybe some kind of slightly higher high, bearish divergence. That's where you definitely will probably sell off, okay? So, yeah, everything really looks similar. There's nothing wrong with the double bottom at the double bottom, or at the right shoulder, okay? Nothing wrong with that. FTM, okay. FTT, copy and paste the FTM chart, put it on FTT, you have the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. You see what I mean, guys? They're looking the same right now. Okay, something that looks different. All of a sudden, we fell into the stonkies from the other day. We're loaded right behind. BNB. Okay, we'll check BNB. This is SPY. We had a sell off the past 8 hours. So ideally, you find yourself back at this neckline, and then you rally. What you don't want to do is fall below it and regard it as resistance and sell off, right? That would be bad. There is a gap down here, okay? You don't want to go all the way down there. So you want to hold this level. You want to hold this 415 area, regard it, this neckline as support, and then, you know, rally on up. Okay. Apple, you are right at this kind of neckline congestion area. You see that? You are just like in it, inside of it. Okay. So you need to break out of this zone. Okay. You need to break out first, back test it, maybe, wouldn't hurt, one more time, and then you can rally on up to greener pastures. All right. Apple, what you don't want to do is fail here, okay, and regard this as resistance. You will sell back off. All right. And that looks just like it does on SPY. So if they both fail, you're gonna have another little sell-off. There's gaps down here still, okay? You don't want to have to deal with those anymore until the way back down, okay? We'll take care of you later. So got to get back above 127 and hold it. Get back above, 128. Aim to 130. Ultimately, we're heading to 135. Okay, let's see if we can do it. This was Qualcomm. All right, where on a larger time frame we put in the initial low. Okay, and then now we have a slightly higher low from this low. Okay, slightly higher low. Whoops. And yeah, we got this neckline structure overhead. Okay, so we need to get back above here. Okay, we don't want to reject this and sell off. Instead, we need to get above it, back test it, and then we can see our eventual target 155 area. There's also this huge gap up here on Qualcomm. Okay, so let's see if you can fill that gap or not and go from there. Okay, this one has all kinds of action going on, but before we go up, we did talk about going down, and we have so far hit 1, 2 of the targets on the past 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever you want to call it, 24 hours, no, 16 hours. We've hit target number 1 and target number 2 of the refill. Okay, so ideally we do it one more time and we get 2 more little targets. Sometimes you don't get this third one. We don't really care if we don't get that third one, right? We'll just take 1, 2, and maybe a little bit of that third one, and then we'll go ahead and rally back up, get above this previous resistance area at 41, 42, whatever you want to call it. Get back above 42, and then we can rally on up. Okay. But yeah, right now there is this gap that is at that bottom one. Okay, so can it get there? Sure. Fill it, come back up. It's not about the sell off, it's about the follow through. Okay, we want that follow through price action to cooperate. For now, basically kind of as we planned, a little bit of a sell off after this rejection. We had these layered orders. We had a gap identified, okay? So, yeah, VIAC. ABMD, okay, we identified a overlapping harmonic structure where a Gartley and a bat, had a 786 and an 886 D long entry target areas. The past 24, 36 to 48 hours. Past 36 to 48 hours, you are proceeding to, price action to the upside, okay? The completion zone, the pattern reversal zone has been hit for either harmonic, regardless of which one you are looking for. The stop would have been the same on both of them. The X is the same anchor point for both of them. The A is the same, the B is the same, the C is the same. The only slightly difference is one has a 786, the other has an 886. Yes, the B would have had a 618 on the Gartley, and the B on the bat technically should have been a 50, okay? So technically they should, if they were textbook, the B's would look like this, okay? Everything else would be as is, okay? The only part that we're slightly off is those B's, but we're getting the reaction that we would have gotten anyways, okay? So targets 355 and 387 would be from here up 32%, and target 2 44%. Stop below 240, okay? Your ticker on this is ABMD, A Biomed Inc. Cisco Systems, Butterfly, in Proceeds. Okay, so target 1272. You are currently, if I'm not mistaken, at the 886 though. Yeah, okay, so 886 is going to be your first area you have to worry about though here, okay? So the 886 comes from the X high. Let me zoom this in, sorry. From the X high to the A low, you have this 886 here in pink, okay? When we hit that, we're going to make a bearish bat. Technically, this had a pretty good 618 on the B. So to be honest, I mean, this is almost a Gartley here at the 786. So we really need to invalidate this. You need to get above this area if you want the 1272. If you get the 1272, you have a chance at the 1414 and the 1618. Okay. Up top, 1414, 1618, 1272. But in order to do that, you have to get above this deep retrace 786, 886 level. Here, you could risk selling back off all the way back down to the C and the A lows, okay? So this is a critical area here. You have this rectangle zone of congestion that must be flipped into support, okay? Interesting. There we go. Okay, here you go. There's your level. You must flip this level into support, okay? Must flip the level. Western Union. Okay, so it looks like you have the old bearish butterfly where you had the initial low on price, slightly higher low. You got the neckline structure. You got the break. You got the back test hook. You're looking to flip the previous resistance into support and go. If you get it and hold the level, hold the line, your targets would be 31 and then 35, okay? 31 and 35. Western Union. Pretty textbook price action here. You must hold now. It's time to hold. Okay? Time to hold. Not the worst area to be, maybe taking a trade here. Your target one would be like this. And you'd be looking 3 to 1. So you're right there, 3 to 1. Target 2 would look like this. Okay? 4.5 to 1. Okay? That's how you would play the Western Union long on the stonk market. Oh. Okay, see this previous level here? Let's make it pink. Okay, this previous resistance that finally gotten broke for the send. Okay, well, we're back down on it, all right? Look, the wick went right to it, all right? Regarded it again, 1, 2, third time it broke, failed, came back right above it, and now you're holding above it so far, right? So is it possible to regard it one more time? Sure, why not? Right? Why not? If Bitcoin sells off right here and does that, we'll circle back, okay? If Bitcoin does end up selling off, this is exactly where you're gonna end up on BNB. Sorry. Okay. You would now then be creating some kind of neckline as structure. Maybe we run up there, test it, right? We run up there, test it, sell off. Go again, slightly higher low. And this is where you get the flip, okay? Something like this, all right? So watch out for this on BNB. Eventually, though, we're going to be up at this level, 506, okay? This previous little wedge area. Okay? We'll end up right back at that square up, and then eventually, you got 500, 600, 7.25, it's pretty psychological round numbers. We never actually got up to that one, so we can get rid of that. Never made it, failed right there. So ultimately, that's the one, 650 BNB. Okay. Painting some kind of downsloping structure here, okay? Maybe that is how you get this, okay? Then later we break out of it, right? And go. But this time, it's too soon. Okay, something like that. X A B C D 886. Bring this down right here. Okay, there you go. BNB. Okay, so yeah, we said let's circle back to BTC. And it appears we are rejecting so far in this zone. Okay, so okay, so we said we must flip this area. If we end up selling off here, we're going to end up back at these previous levels. Probably this 35.5, but it could go as low as this 32. So between 36 and 32, right? We were going to layer. Even though 35.5 is the ultimate target, we like to just start laddering in, right? 36 to 32. So let's keep that in mind here. If you can hold somewhere, you're going to end up just finding yourself at 40,000. You'll probably reject there and end up here anyways. So either way, you're going to end up layering 32 to 36. It's just a matter of when, right? Especially, I mean, if we're looking weak, let's see. I mean, you're starting to wane on your positive momentum. So your RSI is starting to turn down, you know what I mean? So you need to get back out of this and start going back up on the relative strength, right? You don't want this turning down. You're also at this kind of critical 50% area, and you're right at it, okay? You're right at it. So you do not want to reject this 50% area, okay? You need to hold above it, and then you could see the top side of this, okay? If you reject this 50, you're going to end up selling off, okay? So, yeah, that's the current Bitcoin price action. So again, between 36 and 32, if we sell off, that's where we reload. 36 and 32, okay? If you're long from 31.5, 31.7, 31.9, you're more than welcome to just take a bath, do whatever the fuck you want, right? But everyone else, reload 32 to 36. Don't over leverage, don't over position. That's your Bitcoin update for the evening. Hopefully she holds. You just reject 40. If not, you're rejecting 38. Not much upside left as far as your potential downside, right? Your upside to your downside is no longer in your favor on the low time frame. I'm not talking about the end of the world here. As soon as we come down here and hit 35.5, 34, and we hold here, I'm going to immediately get bullish again, okay? So we're only bearish until we're bullish again, okay? It's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. You see? It's not that bad. All right, fellas, we'll catch you in the Discord. I'm going to go grab some dinner, and I'll be back shit posting around somewhere later. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. Sorry about the initial technical difficulty. I like how this wick goes right into the jar. Yeah, it was like this. Right in there. All right. Well, yeah, you guys have a good rest of your evening. I will catch you on the next one. Duck out.